Hey guys, Anthony, 4B4 Adventures. We're on recce run number 3 for the Big High Country gathering at the last week of March. Check out the details on 4B4 Adventures. Every weekend just about, depending on the weather, we've got some recce runs. That's to check out the tracks so that when we run a few trips, we know what we're leading you into, what the current track conditions are. So putting quite a bit of time into this. We're just heading up through the Buckland Valley. There's a whole lot of really awesome campsites up here. So if you go up to Punka and then head south from there on Buckland Valley Road, you will certainly come across those awesome campsites. We're just driving along that road now, 21 k's in. So the best campsites so far around the 19 to 21k mark thereabouts. I think there's another one up here as well, or probably a few more, depends what size spot you're after and what's good to you. But they've got pit toilets, there's plenty of big flat grassy areas. There is a river over there, so you might get a river spot, you might not. But we are trekking our way south down towards Talbotville, checking out a few tracks, and we'll have some more details of those soon. Here's another, that next campsite we're talking about. Okay, let's cruise past. I'll give you the name of this one actually. This one's called Head Race Flat. So just passing Head Race Flat. All right, people. Anthony, 4B4 Adventures. We're heading back up Dingo Creek track. We were here 2 weekends ago, and I slid backwards. It was very muddy. We've had a lot of drier weather, but that being said, there's a lot of moisture on the track still. I can see the clay in the track. I'm currently choosing to stay out of the ruts, but I think we'll go okay up here. This is where we turned around last time, right here. Haven't even got the front locker on today. Like I said, it is damp. I'm just going to take it nice and slow because I don't see any need to try and break any land speed records. But that being said, got a bit of wheel spin going on, don't we? So, and this is where we're sliding backwards last time. So just to give you a bit of an idea how different the track conditions are between the wet and the dry. So I'll just let the guys, you guys can keep coming up. Today it's a typical high country hill. So there we go, we'll just continue along Dingo Hill. We'll let you know if there's any other events and what the rest of the track's like. Obviously looking at this quite a bit of a steep one. Right, so we got up the top of that Dingo Creek. We hung a righty-tighty, cruised along that track. That was awesome. What was the name of it? I'll tell you that in a minute. I'll tell you the name of it in a minute. Anyway, then we turned right again. Even though we're going to go left, we turned right again. And just shortly up the track, right again. This is the track up to the Mount Selwyn summit. We're heading up. Looks like the last little peak. And we're up at 1,400 and something or other meters. We'll show you a couple of photos up there, a few of the views, get a photo of the vehicles. We've got some rock steps here. All right, let's get that front locker on so we do it pretty easy. So look, at the end of the day, yeah, here you go, right? You see it, here it is. Wow, there you go. Hey, I'll try and video the next vehicle coming up as well. Yeah, this bit here, it's a little bit of a rough section, just a couple of steps here and here. Not too bad, probably better to come over this side if you want to do it along this left side here. I reckon he's got to go hard left. Trust you, he's fully flexed up. Now it's take two. Good action on the tracks. 2021 Prado. Have a look at this bloke. He's been coming out with us for about over 10 years now. Not so much in recent times, but look at that. That's how you do it. First time for Peter out on the tracks with us. Nicely done. Here comes Michael. He's been out on trip with us a fair bit, but few and far between. A bit spasmodic. Nicely done. The 120's got a rear locker. It's actually got a front locker, not a rear locker. Sorry about that. Didn't even use it anyway, so like a stock standard Prado driving up there. Picked the right line, bit of flex. And of course, you know how it goes. What goes up must come down, and what goes down must come up, and all that sort of thing. So all the stuff in the car that fell backwards when we went up, well, probably fall forwards back to where it belongs going down. But it is quite mogled up, so which all really starts from someone not driving right, and then it adds to it when more people not drive right over it, you know, because it's mogled, you know, sort of that's offset left and right, so you're kind of getting fully flexed. Even from here I can feel wheels lifting or almost lifting. Alright, so anyway, whatever. Now we're descending down. What a view. What's it called? Beecher Hill. Just went past the Beecher Hill, so to give you a rough idea where we are. And we're just heading down that on new tracks. It's a black track, whatever it's called, right? So it doesn't matter, but we're just cruising down. Awesome views. Happy days. This is a good track here. So we went down the black track, what's it called? Beecher Hill or whatever. Turned right along the windy, along the side of the mountain. Turned right up the next one. Whatever it's called, I haven't even looked yet, can't remember. Heading up that one. Pretty straightforward, fairly flat track, but it is steep as you can see. Or maybe you can't see. And one little pinch of steepness with a little bit rougher, but not too bad. Anyway, we'll keep cruising up this hill. Anyway, we're just heading along a bit further. We're heading for Sarah Spur. This is kind of the start of it, and also Guy's Hut. We're going to have a quick stop in a minute, and then continue through Sarah Spur. Depending what time we get to the end of Sarah Spur at Dingo Creek end, whether we go right or left and down south Basalt. More info soon. Alright, so this is Sarah Spur. I think Guy's Hut. I can't remember. We went in there once. I don't know if there's anything still there. That was years ago. Didn't see anything from the track anyway. But at the bottom of this track, you only want to be here in the dry because it's rutted, it's wet, it's muddy. It's a real mess, to be quite honest. But anyway, got through all that. Call it a technical section if you like. Thought we better stop for a nature stop. Not the normal sort of nature stop. Go on, get going, mate. You get run over. Go on, get. Go on, move it on out there. Go on. Anyway, we'll just wait around for a few hours waiting for him to move it on so he doesn't get run over. Mate, you just won't move it, will you? Go on, get. What are you? What is the matter? Wake up. Snap to. Come on. You'll get run over. We're still continuing along Sarah Spur, and by the looks of it, down we go. So we go down. It's been 10 years since I've been on this track, unless I remember another time. So there's a river there. The same river that if you continue down Blue Rag Range track, I believe you can't cross it. So same river, but there must be a crossing there. It's a bit shallower. I don't remember it. Hopefully it's at least a little bit exciting. It's going to be steep going down to the river and steep coming back up. Happy days. We'll just keep on cruising. If there's any highly rated action scenes, we'll stick them in the video. Here we go again. Think you're going downhill, and you just go downhill some more. And we've got the next hump that goes even steeper. Up a little bit and then down a lot more. This one's a little bit steep, but it's a bit chopped up from water and driving. River crossing. So we're coming down nice and slow, no brakes, everything's nice and cool. Coolant temps on 85, it'll probably be 83 by the time we hit the water. It's going to cool the transmission down a little bit by the pan. If you're lucky, you might see a bit of wildlife. And have a look at these rocks climbing out the other side of the river, eh? Beautiful. Watch, if it's been raining, it'll be a lot deeper than this. Rough on the exit, especially with wet tyres. Bit of coarse Prados, no problem. Let's get them coming through, eh? The Hilux. River's down a bit at the moment, so that's good. Give you an indication of whether you need a snorkel or not in February in the high country. If you think you need a snorkel, you probably need to reconsider. A little bit of a rough exit here. Even with wet tyres, mate. Hilux cruises it up. Beautiful. Oh, a bit of heat on those brakes, set of steam. Yep. Beautiful. I almost get wet feet here. Lead foot. Hopefully the last one stops to give me a lift back up, eh? Otherwise I'll end up jumping the river going for a swim. Have a look at it, just beautiful. I'll let all this mess settle. Yeah, nearly getting wet feet. Spitting rocks out. There's the 120, look at that, eh? Beautiful. We have the fun drive out of the river, up the hill, out the other side. Sarah Spur, heading towards the Talbotville side. Got a lot of different options up this bit of a rough, washed out, rutted section. Because it's dry, we don't have to think about it too hard. coming out of Sarah Spur back towards Talbotville out of the river. Certainly one steep pinch and a few little rough patches as well. Enough to keep you entertained for a little bit. No locker on, it's just using the rear LSD and the KO2s. Anyway, we got up to the top of Sarah, of course, turned right. I think it's Brewery Creek we cruise down now. Will take us into Talbotville. A bit rough. And we're in the river coming through to Talbotville. So that concludes today's video. That's one day. The recce run number 3 in the high country. Back to Talbotville. We'll check out some more tracks in the morning. Subscribe, turn the bell on if you want to be notified of those videos and not miss it. Alright, catch you soon.